Hello everyone, welcome to Super Metroid multi-category tournaments. This is Galamaz, and with me, our tracker today is Asder. And we have our week six match versus Iora and Ddraig. And so today we're going to do triple bingo. I'm not sure how the vetoes went down. Looks like they had vetoed beforehand. Give us plenty of time to prepare for this triple bingo match. So it should be very interesting. I saw Ddraig's last triple bingo match, and he got first place with 4 bingos. I don't think I've seen Iora play triple bingo yet. Alright, so let's take a look at the bingo card we have. See if we can come up with some interesting routes. Like, I always wonder, like, do the runners listen to the restream and try to come up with some new ideas, or do they try to take the ideas from the chat or commentary? Like, I wonder if I could mind game our runners. Or mix it out of Series Station first. Although Series Station is mostly the planning stage of the run. Let's see. I see row 2, column 1, finish in Metal Pirate Room. That's one of the furthest goals. And I would personally try to avoid that one, if at all possible. Although it is paired nicely with the bottom of column 1, defeat Ridley. Oh, looks like Iora is thinking about the route they want to pick. Yes, what is the perfect route? Oh, looks like Iora's done thinking about the route. I tell you, thinking and playing the game at the same time is a real task. I see destroy at least 1 statue and destroy at least 2 statues. Not too terrible to get, although collect plasma or defeat Ridley. Defeat Bot Wound. Defeat Crocmire and skip high jump boots. Collect all 40 Meridian missiles. Yeah, so row 2 is definitely one you do not want to do. Like, collect all 40 Meridian missiles in conjunction with finish in Metal Pirate Room. It's the full Meridian trip and Norfair trip, or Lower Norfair trip even. Yeah, collect the middle square, collect all 60 Brinstar missiles. I don't think it's too bad. Though you got to make sure you hit all of the missile packs along the way. Nine energy tanks. Collect one of Ice Beam or Speed Booster. Meridian Map Station. Ooh, collect Space Jump and Skip High Jump Boots. So I think this is a tough seed, tough bingo card, because there are both Lower Norfair objectives and Meridia objectives involving collecting Space Jump, Meridian Map Station, defeating Bot Wound, and Lower Norfair to defeat Ridley, and finish in the Metal Pirates room. Ddraig getting that left side bomb Torizo kill. We have Asder tracking for this bingo match. You can see Ddraig going to visit the Criteria Map Station, Route 3, Column 5. They don't have to activate the map station, just visit the room. So we could see either Column 5 or Row 3. Which, it looks like collect all 40 Meridian missiles. Ooh, and... well... on Row 3, collect all 60 Brinstar missiles. Yeah, that would be a lot of missile collection, which I think would slow down the pace of this triple bingo run. And there is also collect plasma or defeat Ridley. So if Ddraig wanted to, if he wanted to complete Row 3 and 5, Row 3 and Column 5, that'd be a lot of item collection, and going to collect plasma defeat Ridley. Well, I guess he wouldn't defeat Ridley because that's collecting plasma is on the way with Meridian missiles. But Iora did not visit the Criteria map station. Ddraig going to the Brinstar Reserve Room and collecting some extra missiles. Oh, there is one. Row 1, Column 4, Brinstar Reserve Tank. And so far, it looks like Ddraig is collecting all the Brinstar missiles so far. Yeah. Same with Iora. That was a pretty sweet mock ball by Iora. Getting that mock ball set up right out of the Brinstar Reserve Room. And getting a very tight mock ball before the gate closes. Iora looked like Iora wanted to visit, the missile refill room, but recently going to the save room first. So far, Ddraig has collected all the missiles going down to charge beam. I don't think there are any limitations on collecting charge beam. Okay, row 5, column 3, collect one of wave or charge. So, if Ddraig decides to collect wave beam, that'll invalidate this square. So I'm not sure if Ddraig is necessarily going anything related to column 4 or row 1 right off the bat. I generally see the Brinstar Reserve tank as a little more of a safety item, but it's also, I would almost call it a free square. It doesn't take too long to get the Brinstar Reserve tank. And it's also one of the objectives. Ddraig is getting a little caught up by these rippers in Red Tower. I always like the LNR spam. Although he does need to be careful. The heck weight does take a lot of energy, and the caterpillars down here do a lot of damage. Ooh, yeah, do not take any damage. Yeah, these caterpillars do a lot of damage. And a lot of the... Oh, Iora also with low health. Yeah, both these runners need to be very careful. But yeah, Red Tower is a bit of an energy-heavy segment. Mostly because a lot of these strats, or more popular strats, involve deboosting. And so we're gonna have to trade health for speed. Oh, falling into that Vile Plume. And we're taking that Slaughter's refill. It's a good choice. And we're going to Kraid. Now there is an objective, collect Gravity Suit and skip Various Suit. So you might not see a row 1 or 2 from Iora. Although the Brinstar missile station is on the way here. Going up. Is there an energy refill here too? Ah, yeah, there is. Also, refilling here. Why not both? In the meantime, Ddraig is stopping by the ship. Looks like he wants to do wreck ship first. So looking to get row 1, column 2 square. So I could see row 1 being completed for Ddraig. Definitely looks like a Meridia-oriented route. Nice quick kill from Iora. Oh, looks like Ddraig is turning around. Perhaps get the CWJ set up. Oh, very nice CWJ. Getting right over the moat. I always think that the destroy at least one statue objective pairs very nicely with wreck ship first plays. Usually going right after gravity suit, you can go stop by the Golden 4 and open the Fantoon statue. Let's see, what could Iora be doing? So you have both Burnstar missile stations. Although finish in wreck ship energy tank room seems a little far out of the way. Although it does pair very nicely with visiting the Forgotten Highway elevator. Although I do not think it's on this card. Yeah, it's not on this one. And Iora cannot do column 2 because they collected Varisuit before gravity. Or they can't collect both in order to fulfill the objective. Ddraig with 4 HP. Since he refilled at the ship, the reserves should be full. There we go. Makes it out alive. Fantoon being a little trolly and a little difficult. But that's one of the risks of going wreck ship first. And looks like Iora skipped high jump boots. I'm assuming they collected Ice Beam. I don't think I caught that. Okay, he did. So at least the trend so far, it looks like Iora is going for row 4. Possibly forcing the wreck ship energy tank room finish. Although it would pair nicely with a plasma beam objective. So is there one? Yeah, not on this card. Like, collect space jump is the closest you're gonna get to something like that. Oh, there is a collect plasma beam. Row 3, column 2. Taking a bit of damage in the attic. Needs to be very careful because these enemies do quite a bit of damage. The reserves popping. Less than 50 health left. So Ddraig will have to farm up a little bit because the spike room or the bowling room has a bunch of spikes. And if done optimally, you can get by with at least 121 energy, spike stealing 60 per hit. But usually you want that safety net. So generally having over 181 energy should take up to 4 hits. Sometimes you will never know with the bowling room, like an accidental damage boost will cost you a lot of energy. And iora killing Crocomire. But unfortunately, you cannot complete row 2, column 2. Defeat Crocomire, skip high jump boot. Or wait, you did skip high jump boots. Okay, yeah, you should be good then. But what could you get from this? I mean, maybe it's more about the grapple beam. And Ddraig making it through bowling. With a nice amount of energy left. Oh, and we're doing infinite bomb jumping to get to the power bombs, which I think might be the closest ones, at least in Upper Norfair. Alright, yeah, the diagonals look really good. I always end up looking at the diagonals last. It looks like iora is not going for grapple beam. Just one of those power bombs. And the Crocomire square. So maybe row 4 and the top left, bottom right diagonal. And 5? That Ridley, though, is really far out of the way. At the bottom, column 1. Unless we're looking at row 4, column 4, and then top left, bottom right diagonal, which looks like the most likely route that iora is going to take. Although collecting all 60 Brinstar missiles will be quite a trip. Although it looks like so far iora has collected all the missiles in Brinstar. And Ddraig going back down to Retro Brinstar. Looking to collect some extra missiles, it looks like. And there's a power bomb pack on the left of this room. Yeah, I agree. Ridley is a bad tile. Yeah, the old Mother Brain missiles are in criteria, not Brinstar. And there's no criteria missile objectives. Unless you just wanted those extra 5 missiles, but it's a really long trip. Although, I can see the confusion because a lot of the early game is associated with Brinstar. Ddraig collecting the Billy Maze missiles. What could Ddraig be going for? So it looked like Ddraig decided to go down the climb. Instead of going to Green Brinstar first, because if he went to Green or Brinstar, the destroy at least one statue objective for one column 1 would be on the way. Looks like Ddraig is going back up to the climb. Did Ddraig collect all 60 Brinstar missiles? I think, I don't think he went to Kraid yet. The Kraid missiles? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, he's almost done with the Brinstar missiles. And we're collecting the beta power bombs. Didn't quite catch it, but I would assume that Iora has collected the Alpha Power Bomb missiles and getting grabbed by the Yapping Maw. Getting a little trolled here. And in the meantime, Ddraig is going up to Gauntlet. Looks like row 3, column 1. Collect Gauntlet E-Tank or X-Ray Scope. Okay, he did. So maybe Ddraig is going for row 3. And so far has been collecting all the Brinstar missiles along the way. He's almost done. And then definitely something Meridia oriented. So collect Space Jump, Skip High Jump Boots, which Ddraig has not gone down to Norfair yet. And let's see, 6 E-Tanks, which shouldn't be too troublesome. Uh-oh, okay. Well, for a moment there, it looked like Ddraig wanted to collect both of these missiles, but decided not to. So I think it's highly unlikely that Ddraig is going to do column 1 because of the Lord Warfare objectives: finish in Metal Pirate Room and defeat Ridley. So maybe it's row 1 and row 3. But he also has collected both criteria E-tanks. Row 5, column 2. What would pair up with row 1 and row 3 nicely? And in the meantime, I was having a bit of trouble at the moat, which grapple beam would come in handy right now. Getting over the moat is really tricky. You can do, or at least the more popular ways to get over the moat is CWJ, which takes 2 jumps. One has a frame perfect input, and the other one has a 2-frame window. And the other method is to use diagonal bomb jump, or horizontal bomb jump, whatever it's called these days. But the bomb jump is really tricky. So the CWJ is simpler in terms of input, but it's not quite forgiving. And it is great going. Look, maybe collecting the Burn Star missile refills? Yeah. Collecting some power bombs along the way. Hey, that's right. What if the statue does mean the Chorizo statues? Instructions not clear. I mean, there's technically, I mean, at least in my experience, there hasn't been any objectives that say destroy 3 statues. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it does exist. Looks like Iora's taking it very carefully, supering that Ripper. Don't want no chances of falling into the ocean. It's like the walk of shame if you fall into the ocean and have to walk back, and it's very slow. It's just like a reminder that you should not fall in the moat for any reason. Unless you have gravity suit. Destroy at least 4 statues. That'd be interesting if you were forced to do space-time and go back to the beginning of the game to fight Bomb Chorizo and Gold Chorizo again. Iora's doing the Phantom fight. It's like being a little too hasty with the missiles. We're going to be looking to get the fight over with as soon as possible. Raging Phantoon, which I think does supers do double damage. Phantoon at the cost of going to an enraged state. And looks like Ddraig has visited the refill room above Kraid and is starting this raid fight. And so far, I don't think Ddraig has gone down to Norfair yet. So let's see. I think column 2 would be not too bad. So row 1, row 3, and column 2. And do not want to collect that Berry Suit, or else it would invalidate the row 1, column 2 square. Finishing off Phantoon with an charge Ice Beam shot even. And Ddraig collecting E-Tank. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, did Ddraig skip the Kraid missiles? Which I think he did, but I don't think I caught it on the first go through. Or he could be going to collect them later. Anyway, we're collecting the left strike ship super. So definitely might be looking to collect Gravity Suit. I feel like the best way to go about this card is to pick something Meridia related, as opposed to going to lower Norfair. But it's not too bad in a way, because the lower Norfair squares are all under column 1, so it makes spreading a little easier. Ddraig getting a little trolled by that waiver. Appears to have skipped high jump boots. And iora going to bowling. I'll have to collect his gravity suits. Or what if Ddraig is not going for 60 Brinstar missiles anymore, and instead going for row 4 instead of 3? Oh well, no. Okay, no Ice Beam, and he has Speed Booster, and definitely went out of his way to go visit both Brinstar missile stations. So that could be a likely choice. Although Ddraig should be E-Tank. It's a little out of the way, but then again, under column 2, there's Plasma Beam. So I could see row 1 and row 4. And column 2. Defeating Crocomire would fulfill row 2, column 2. Leaving Plasma Beam left to complete his first bingo. Okay. Got confirmation that Ddraig did not pick up the crate missiles. I think sometimes it is very easy to autopilot. Like you could be in the mindset of like, oh hey, I'm playing 80% now in these few rooms, so I can use my 80% strats to go as fast as possible, and then you can skip them without thinking about it. And iora is going down to Retro Brinstar. Likely looking to complete the 60 Brinstar missiles. Although I don't think iora has collected the Kraid missiles either. As far as I know, his first Power Bomb pack was right after Crocomire, and has not been to Kraid's area since then. So maybe they're changing their minds about the collect all 60 Brinstar missiles. But that doesn't make sense. Like, why would you go to all the way to Billy Mays, collect both of these missiles, and not get the Kraid missiles? Unless they both forgot about it. That could be a thing. Oh, it looks like Ddraig has collected 6 energy tanks. On that row 1, column 5 square. And going left. I hope we don't have that awkward moment. It's like our runner's going to hit done, and neither of them has collected the Kraid missiles. Ddraig is collecting the crab supers. I think more preparing for the botling fight. I think before runners have charge beam. And think Iora has Ice Beam, so yeah, their bottom fight is going to be very slow with a smaller number of super missiles. So I wouldn't be surprised if Ddraig goes for the Aqueduct missiles and the supers. Oh, gonna take that farm instead. You're almost falling down the pit. But it gets that jump just before falling through. And that makes 6 energy tanks for Iora. And Drake's starting the bottom fight, which will complete row 4, column 4 square. Bottom's hitbox being mostly cooperative, not too trolly. And Ddraig skipping that E-tank. So what if Ddraig is not going for row 4? But he has to, because it's so close. Or maybe Ddraig is going to pick up that E-tank for later. As far as Iora's super missile count, I remember the early missiles, the Idokun missile, super missiles, and the left side wreck ship. I think that's it so far. I don't think Iora has visited the Spore spawn super missiles. But going up, Green Brinstar possibly looking to fill the statue's objective. Getting a 2-for-1. Defeating Kraid first and then Phantoon second. Ddraig getting trolled a little bit by Dragon. I feel like sometimes if Dragon is too aggressive with the swoops, it messes up your rhythm for short charging. And with no ammo, let's see. Holy, oh, those are a lot of swoops. Swoop City right now. Trying to squeeze in some of the pseudo screw attacks. But it might be too risky to go for more pseudo screws. if Ddraig is still uncooperative. It's like we're gonna go for another pseudo screw. Oh, there we go. That was a lot of swoops. Arm pumping in frustration and shooting missiles. And Ddraig collecting space jump while skipping high jump boots, which would be Drake's first bingo, doing row 1. I like the plus in the middle of the card. Yeah, it's like Spacer doesn't take too long to collect, and no one wanted Spacer. There's nothing wrong with Spacer Beam. And Iora's breaking the tube in advance. Looks like, yeah, gonna get the Kraid missiles. And Ddraig on his way to collect Plasma Beam. Although I did not see Ddraig collect the Meridian map station. I sure hope Ddraig has, well, at least remember at some point. Or if he's watching the restream, that's like the best thing he could do. Although, it could be a little late, unless... Ddraig has like an alternative bingo up his sleeve. But collecting Plasma Beam instead of Ridley gives him his second bingo, column 2. As for that row 5 column 5 square, I'm not quite sure if our runners have collected enough ammunition to complete that objective. I think they'd be fairly close. But Iora visiting the Meridian map station. So all they have left is to defeat Botwoon for their first bingo of column 4. And not too far from that would be row 5, column 5. Oh, and Ddraig has collected the Meridian map station, which I might... Okay, it looked like he got done, but he has not collected all 60 Brinstar missiles. So he will have to undone. I can't imagine Ddraig would be like, what missile was that? Monka thank. In the meantime, gives Iora some time to catch up. What can Iora do? defeat Wound would be 1 bingo. And it's set up nicely for the square in the bottom right-hand corner. Oh, okay. Looks like, yeah, Ddraig has figured it out. And the Crate Missiles is not too far from where he was. And that looks like that is it. Good game to Ddraig. Well done. And it looks like Iora has forfeited from the race. Yeah, I think the early wreck ship play was the place to be, because it really sets up nicely for row 1. But yeah, GG's to Ddraig for winning first place, and GG's to Iora for putting up a good race. Although the wreck ship first is very tricky to go for, and if the Phantoon fight's not confident or strong, it could be very difficult, because generally without suits, like, Phantoon will deal 40 damage, and in the early game, Phantoon does a lot of damage because of the lack of E-tanks early on, so it's very risky. So having the ability to do wreck ship first is a really good thing to have under your belt when doing bingo. And it definitely expands the amount of options you can take. Let's see. Iora says in the IRC channel, they were going for top left, bottom right, column 4, and row 4. Which I did see Iora trying to collect the Mama Turtle E-Tank, but I feel like 3 extra energy tanks would have been a little too far. Although, like, this still would pair up nicely with the wreck ship E-Tank. But yeah, let's see if we can pull our runners up for an interview. But yeah, in the meantime, we have, I believe, another race coming up at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. We have our tracker, Asder, going up against Mr. J Giggles. Yeah, they're going to be doing low percent ice. So that'll be a cool run to watch. And at 8 p.m. Eastern, we have Nevd versus J-Chalk, which I would like to think that Nevd would go for triple bingo, but I'm not quite sure what J-Chalk would like to do. That's correct. Iora has forfeited from the race. It could take a little while to finish up the race, but either way, Ddraig has finished first. Yeah, it looks like we won't be able to get an interview today with these runners. Yeah. Good games to Ddraig and Iora. Yeah, this was not too bad of a bingo card to play on. But yeah, that's going to be it for me today. Definitely want to stick around for our upcoming race on this channel, even if everything is the same. So that's in 25 minutes. We have a low ice race with Azur and Mr. J Googles. So definitely stick around for that. So I want to thank you all for watching, and I want to thank Azur for doing the tracking. And GG Sword Runners. So definitely stick around for more Super Metroid action, and we'll see you later. Goodbye.